Previously in X-Men. Everyone's favorite English fashion model, mutant telepath turned superhero, Elizabeth Betsy Braddock, coaxed her teammates to walk through the reality-altering Siege Perilous, only to, herself, be transformed into an amnesiac state and transformed into a deadly assassin on loan to the Mandarin on behalf of a ninja clan known as the Hand. That's very simple, right? Okay, that's cool.
I got all of that.
It didn't take long for Wolverine and his new sidekick, Jubilee, to attract the evil ninja. That's plural for ninja, by the way.
Sure.
After arriving in Hong Kong, and now the pair are at the mercy of Lady Mandarin. I am Jason Lapidus.
I'm Chris Sanigan.
And we are Group of Seven Comics. Welcome to episode 201 of our ongoing read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic. As we read Uncanny X-Men 258 by Chris Claremont, Jim Lee, and Scott Williams, ? Cover date of February 1990. Chris, how are you?
I am doing great, Jason. Thank you for asking. I was also thinking of other words that are both singular and plural, like ninja. Moose would be one.
Sure. And in some contexts, so are fish and beer.
Yeah.
Depending on.
Hey, feel free to weigh in the chat. You got any examples of this kind of linguistic anomaly? We'd love to hear it.
Of course, in the common parlance, you can say ninjas. It is fine.
You can say ninjas. Yeah.
But ninja is also plural for ninja. Plural for ninja, pardon me.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here with you tonight, Chris. This is a lot of fun to finish off this trilogy of X-Men issues by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont.
Right.
And it's so cool to get a chance to see Jim flex his penciling muscle as well as weigh in on his storytelling. And some stuff works, some stuff doesn't, but man, is it ever populist comics. And it really it hits such a wide audience of people.
Right.
And it hits so many people right in the good spot where they are really responding to I'm saying this in the present tense, but in 1990, as if we are back then reading it, audiences are really, really responding to Jim Lee's work on X-Men. Mm-hmm. So much so that it changes the direction of an entire, massive river within the landscape of Marvel Comics. It's like changing the direction of the mighty Mississippi, the flow of that river. It's incredible. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, before we get into it, of course, everyone, thank you for supporting our books, which helps support the channel. Group of 7comics.ca. You can go there and pick up Group of 7 Most Secret Tale or Peregrine's Flights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, created by both Chris and I. And those books are available in print and digital formats. And there you go. And it goes a long way to helping support the channel. So thank you for that. And please continue. And as well, hey, thanks for supporting the channel by subscribing. We've had a great boom over the last few months, and we hope it continues with lots of new people getting a chance to see the kind of content that we're making, and hopefully it appeals to as wide an audience as Jim Lee Comics. So, of course, click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, share with all your friends, and it goes a long way to helping. So thank you very much.
That's what we're aiming for. Jim Lee size.
Yeah. I mean, the 8 million
impact,
right?
At least.
Yeah. Hey, also on the channel, a new episode of Leveling Up dropped on Saturday, and it features the first ever crossover comic event between Superman and Spider-Man, the Battle of the Century from 1976. And there are lots of really, it recently was republished on, nice newsprint paper, and it's a really beautiful tactile reading experience. And in that episode, I talk about I talk about planning our comic book from an experiential point of view, like thinking about how long it took you and I to figure out what format we're actually going for, and and what that experience is like, and the different ways that the different ways that a reader can experience a book based on the way it is being presented, and a few other things too. So it's a really fun comics to take a look at. Did you see this one at your local wasn't open this week, was it?
No, because it's under renovation. Opening Friday.
And I saw the post from the Dragon. So are they taking the two stores, merging them?
That's right. So you have the games space beside it.
Yes.
That one wall that divides those two spaces coming down, and they're moving the game space. They're keeping all the comic space. They're keeping all the merch, everything. They're just kind of creating it to be. They're just making it flow into that large space.
Yeah.
Big. It's big. Yeah.
Remember when it was a back issue room?
Yes. Yeah, we found some gems in there, you and I.
We did. I love going diving. I miss that stuff.
Yeah.
As well, hey, you can pick up copies of, you can get your own copies of Ninja Versus. Not Ninjas Versus, Ninja, singular. Ninja Versus, a original comics anthology featuring a bunch of different ninjas fighting a bunch of different people, including the debut of my character Hogtown Jack, who's in there. So
now I'm thinking there should have been Ninja versus Moose.
Yeah.
Right?
Ninja and beer versus Moose.
Right?
And fish.
Don't forget fish.
And you know where you can pick up Ninja Versus, as well as Peregrine's Fights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs in Group of 7 Most Secret Tale at the Action Figure Comic-Con, Toronto's very first, on January 31st, Saturday, January 31st at the Japanese Cultural Center. I'll be there.
Yeah.
And then in March, hey, man, we're going to be we can finally say, we're going to be at the Toronto Comic-Con. That's like the first half of the year fan expo event in Toronto. We'll be there on March 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And that's a picture of me, Grumpy, or fake Grumpy. That's a picture of Chris, very excited to present 2 hot dogs.
Yes.
Or fake excited to present 2 hot dogs. Yeah.
Listen, hot dogs will be eaten, folks. That's all I'm going to say. Hot dogs will be eaten.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a Comic-Con must, especially if cartoonist and national treasure Scott Chandler has anything to say about it. Did I send you that photo, by the way, of him at the barbecue in September?
Maybe.
Shoving. It was for you. We have an ongoing, hot dog
joke.
Sure. A running gag. And he was participating big time in that. On to important X-Men things.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the Fantastic Four Wakandan thing for a minute, and then
let's do that for a hot minute. Yeah.
Okay. So today, as they have with each of the previous 3 weeks, Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Studios, and Disney, they dropped a teaser, about a minute teaser for this year's Avengers Doomsday, the film coming out in December. And we, of course, first, they've been putting these 1 minute teasers ahead of Avatar, the 3rd Avatar movie. And first they did, I've already forgotten. Captain America, Steve Rogers. Then they did one with Thor giving a prayer, fatherly prayer. And they did one with, of course, on brand, the X-Men.
Yeah.
And that was last week. And then this week dropped the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four. We got, again, 1 minute of just some, visual treats, just not too much. Just getting a sense of some of the characters that are going to be in there. And I'm assuming you watched it. Did you not, Chris?
I did a few times.
And what'd you think? What was your reaction?
Like everything, it's just kind of there's not much. People can read into what they see as much as they want, but we always see a few characters. There's a few lines of dialogue. In this one, we also see Namor, and we also see the Atlanteans. Given the history in comics between the Fantastic Four and Black Panther, because isn't that how they meet? Isn't Black Panther? Is he portrayed originally like as a villain? All those stories that he's not a villain.
Oh, there's
like a mistaken identity, or
I mean, it's a fun, trope of early comics. So they go to visit Wakanda, and the Black Panther kind of tests himself against four of them, and he handles the four of them no problem.
Of course.
And then he's like, "Yeah, but I'm the prince. Like, it's fine, guys.
It's all good. It's all good." So I wonder if there's some of that dynamic that can get worked into it, because they've been in characters together in pages for a long time.
Right.
The thing that I'm finding about the teasers so far is, I mean, except for the X-Men one, which was a bit different because they hadn't been in the movies, like this 26 movie, continuation, is that when they're revealing these characters, it's always it's like nice to see people back in, like, it feels good they come on screen. Like Shuri comes on screen, you're like, oh yeah. M'Baku comes on screen, you're like, yep.
Yeah.
Because I think they have done such a good as a production. They've done such a good job, overwhelmingly casting actors that's who they've become. They've just become their performances. I mean, more often than not, they're iconic now.
Yeah, more often than not. There are definitely some misses. Yeah. Right. And there's also like personal preference.
Of course.
But thinking about just like the mass audience, like the ones that seem to really hit with people, it's definitely more hits than misses.
Yes. And so it stirs up something, seeing people back, and without knowing too much about anything, music plays in the background. I'm like, oh, something's going down. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got in a mood, I guess. And I've been working on the latest issue, or the long overdue next issue of our comic series.
Sure.
And so I'm in the stage now where I'm not having to do layouts. I'm past that. So there's not a lot of thinking. Like critical thinking isn't really happening now. It's more just rendering and then drawing and inking. And so I've had the chance to have some movies on, which is a joy. And I got on a bit of a Ryan Coogler kick.
Sure.
And found myself kind of really excited to watch Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried to watch that with a fresh eyes and open heart. And I liked it a lot better, this time, because I wasn't expecting anything different. And I wanted just to watch certain performers dig into some emotional meat around grief and mourning and that stuff. And still the Riri Williams stuff, it's just forced into that movie. It does not feel like a natural part of what that story is exploring. But Shuri's, journey from grief and anger into like grief, acceptance, and love was quite a ride, and I dug it, and I dug Namor, truthfully.
Yeah.
I think I did the first time, but I started to like feel, oh no, it's like I started to the comic book world, my feelings about him in the comics was starting to merge with this man that I saw on screen, and some of the gravitas and the Fantastic Four. Why I bring it up is the Fantastic Four and Namor are also inextricably linked, especially his relationship with Sue, which I thought they kind of passed over to Shuri in Wakanda Forever. So he brings her into his world, that he's thinking about. Here's this queen of another people, or this princess from another people. She and I might be kindred spirits. We're the two that can make a difference in the world. And it reminds me a little bit of like him and Sue against the world.
Right.
So I was into that. And of course, them leading to their confrontation at the end, it had more emotional weight that she says no to him. It's that refusal. It was good. And like our partnership can't go forward. It's deep. So I'm happy that he's in this teaser.
Yes.
The world looks arid. They look like they're upon a pyramid in a desert where there should not be a desert. And then Ben Grimm meets M'Baku.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, is the king of Wakanda in this. Did you catch that? He's King M'Baku.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Right. So I wonder if him and Shuri are married. If it's like a
right.
a partnership to kind of keep the people going. after the tumultuous few years they've had. And
Okay.
so I also then watched Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
And then that idea of incursions, which is from the comics. You know what an incursion is in the context of the multiverse?
You know what? Let's explain it for the people out there.
Two universes. So someone who's not supposed to be in one universe, or matter from one universe, whatever, in another, that eventually creates a phenomenon where they fall in on each other, the two universes, and they meld, somehow maybe destroying one or both. Mm-hmm. And so Reed Richards says in Doctor Strange, like, the thing that we realize is like the biggest threat to the multiverse. Maybe actually, Canadian, what's her name from London, Ontario, the actress, what's her name? She plays Doctor Strange's love interest.
Sorry, The Notebook. Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams. Thank you. I was like, what's her name? Adams. I just wouldn't come to me. Rachel McAdams. They realized the biggest threat to the multiverse is Doctor Strange.
That's right.
And the reason I bring this up is like maybe we're looking at a world where an incursion has happened. Mm-hmm. So they're in a wasteland of our world. So it's going to be not just like the way that our world is supposed to be, but like a post-apocalyptic or destruction, which maybe is just why the X-Men's world is in ruins.
Right.
So I was thinking about that, like, so these people from these different multiverses have to, or whatever it's going to be. It just started to kind of come together in my mind, a version of this movie. And what I've always loved about the movies is they've never been what I have in my mind. They've always been something different, especially with the ones that hit the hardest. So I'm like primed and ready. I'm 11 months early. And yes, as CD Stein says, the Doomsday Clock has started on YouTube. So you can just watch it.
Watch the clock.
I know that their site has been up, I believe, for a while, for like a month. But the clock on YouTube, it's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously looking forward to the first proper trailer.
Yep.
And aren't we still due a Spider-Man movie first?
That comes out before. So
let's go.
Like this summer we get Spider-Man, and so I guess we're just waiting.
And also X-Men 97 anytime now, please.
That would be something.
It's coming, right? I forget when. Is it the summer as well?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look.
I don't know. But yes, we should be hearing more about these soon. Anyway,
this summer.
I mean, for a lot of us, it's exciting, right? So
totally. X-Men 97 is this summer. Okay, this issue.
There you go.
I put two versions of the cover up.
Yes. Why? Explain.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
Whoa!
That's not what I wanted.
Whoa! Oh, sorry.
So we often talk about in this show that we are showing the printed comic, of course, we're showing it digitally, right, through the technology of the DVD-ROM, but we're showing scans of the printed comic, and I've been trying to sing the praises of its aesthetic value, and this is a really good example of the difference between the digital version of these 1980s and 90s comics now and the printed. So obviously on the left is the digital version. This is the interpretation of where the colors were applied, and they take the line art as it was originally done, and so you get often the line art is a little crispier, which is totally fine, but the colors, as we would say in Yiddish, are always verkackt. I mean, look at this orange blotch on the digital version versus how the color was applied in the printed version. In the printed, it's like a fade, which is not that hard to do digitally, my friends. But it's subtle, and there's like a natural kind of gradient to it.
Uh-huh.
And in the digital version, it's just like a giant blob. It's like all of the craftsmanship that people put into coloring these comics is thrown out the window. It reminds me a little bit of the George Lucas tinkering with the Academy Award winning film for best editing, and he's changed all the editing.
What?
Like, you just won the Academy Award with Star Wars 1977.
Yeah.
Like, all those people who worked on that movie, including his wife at the time, edited the heck out of that movie. They used every usable shot and, timed everything so well to make it the most entertaining movie that had kind of come to up to that point. And in terms of like pacing and dynamics and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just tinkers with it and keeps changing the pacing of certain scenes. He McClunkies it up, if you know what I'm talking about. And I feel like when you take these things that were intended to be made by hand and you make them digitally, especially these kinds of comics, they don't get better. So I'm so glad that we get to share the printed versions as opposed to the digital, because these digital versions suck.
What a difference there, eh? Wow.
Yeah. So the one on the right is the photograph of the one that I own. That's mine. And I love it. You can see the ad through the cover.
That's true.
that block. Of course, that does not appear in the digital version. But yeah, there you go. Wolverine fighting a Mandarin.
Yeah.
And neat to see like Wolverine's claws appear kind of different in lots of different interpretations of Wolverine, like whether they're big and knifey, or are they katana blades, or are they like the way JRJR would do them? They were kind of like round and come to a point at the very end. So every artist has their own way of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe having two characters on a cover to excite you to buy the comic. I don't know if Wolverine and Mandarin are those two characters, but I think Lee does a good job here with the energy of the art to maybe,
One of the problems might be, the Mandarin looks cool if we knew that was the Mandarin.
Right.
Maybe, but the Mandarin, like they keep saying in the issue,
naked Wolverine looks cool.
Naked Wolverine is something. But yeah, okay, back to the colors. Look at the Wolverine's pec. On the digital version, it's like gray, then pink, then gray.
Yeah.
It looks like a badly cooked steak.
Sure.
And then the version on the right, it's like a smooth transition. Yeah. And yeah, he's all kind of gray and muddy in terms of like the clarity because of all those lines of body hair and hatching. But the one on the left, he looks like he's unevenly cooked.
Yeah. Just
so weird. So weird. The Mandarin is just not a very commercial character at the time.
Right.
And the cover, I think, does a lot to sell us on the idea. But my only like coloring note maybe is those highlights in Wolverine that are white. Maybe they should be yellow to bring out like the light of the ring power that's going.
Maybe.
But maybe that should, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not going to recolor it. It looks fine. I'm totally going to recolor this tonight. No. The original art I actually couldn't find. I could find a print of it, but not the actual original. So I don't even have the material to do a nice recolor. No, Chris, I'm not doing it.
Don't do it.
You can't make me.
Don't do it for me, that's for sure.
I will not, I promise. All right, let's get there you go. Look at that beauty.
All right.
You see how we can see the square through yours as well?
I can't wait to see the ad on the other page.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Good times.
All right.
By the way, hello to everyone in the chat. We never went there.
Hello.
Hope everyone's doing well and having a good Tuesday night. Glad you guys are all here with us. It is lovely to see you, and I hope everyone is safe and sound, and their families are well.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
As we start into 2026.
Yes.
All right. Shall we go into this?
Sure. Notice Scott Williams does, he signs the cover.
Yes.
And Scott Williams does get credit in the issue, although in another like source guide or whatever, like some sort of X-Men compendium, the issue is credited to Joe Rubenstein.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I do think that maybe we will come to some sort of conclusion, or maybe we will not. Because I don't think you and I are necessarily that savvy.
No, I think we're fine. All right. Strap in.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Where did you get that loincloth?
Well, his mind generates a loincloth.
That's exactly the right answer.
Right.
Right. That is the loincloth of his dreams.
That's true. Unlike you or I, who are unashamed of our nakedness. In our minds, anyway.
Oh, no, I'm ashamed of yours.
Oh, no, I'm really ashamed of yours. I don't want to see it.
You ready for the full throttle action?
Full strap in, everybody. Here we go.
Yeah. Sky Shark is here, baby.
Woof.
Broken Chains. A Stan Lee presentation starring the Uncanny X-Men. My body is at rest, in harmony with nature, within and without. My spirit at peace. Neither sight nor sound, nor taste nor touch, nor smell, not even the smallest sensation, to disturb this all-embracing stillness. All I'm left with are my thoughts. I like when Wolverine says nor.
Nor.
Yeah, he gets more sophisticated when Chris Claremont writes him.
Mm-hmm.
His language than anyone else's. And in this plain piece of white pulpy paper, look at all those blotches. You know, you've got like these pulpy blotches. I have also them on my copy, but they're just in different places. And that's just one of the imperfections of this production process. Chris Claremont, writer, Jim Lee, penciler, Scott Williams, inker. I trust the credits. I bet you that other book is wrong. Tom Orzechowski, letterer. Glynis Oliver, colorist. Glad they are back. Well, Tom was busy, all hands on deck last time, right? Bob Harris, editor, and Tom DeFalco, editor-in-chief. There you go.
Okay. I think it's a pretty cool cover, like splash.
Yeah.
Stage, though.
Well,
pretty minimalist. Like the background is just on that white there.
Yeah.
It works.
It reminds me. I mean, of course, I love the idea of trying to read this in a 1990 mentality, but in 1999, I went inside the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
And so we've been on the astral plane, we've been all sorts of places, and so we kind of know when there is this environmental bliss, something is up. So he's left with his thoughts, and
what else?
And they are neat. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking about Venom for a second there.
Yeah, that's where my mind went.
Yeah, because we're spoiled by sure. That's like a really good storytelling page too, and the transition from his face to Betsy's face, like great.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good storytelling there.
Yeah. He screams. He fights with all his animal strength and warrior ferocity, but still the shadow overwhelms him, eating through flesh and bone to the very pit of his soul. It's Jubilee next, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we don't get to see that's Wolverine in the back to tank, and I keep calling it a back to tank.
Obviously, that's the only kind of thing you can call it. It's trademark.
Yeah, it's a sensory deprivation tank of some kind, but that figure all in black, I think we're led to assume that's him.
Yes.
But based on just our prior knowledge, we know that, what did they call the telepath that was sitting on top when she was in the tank?
Oh, they're called, they do say their name in this issue. They're like
like a mentat or something. I don't know.
Mentat, yeah. It's not empath. It's something like...
Right.
Yeah.
So he sat up there when she was in the tank. So like we get this, but not because of what's on the page, but what's in our history.
That's right.
And that happens. I mean, you can be critical of that, but I think the kid in me lets it go, of course. And yeah.
The old curmudgeon in you.
Right.
Gets all curmudgeon-y about it.
Oh, he's good. He's real healthy.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like doing to him?
sensory deprivation. A shattering experience for anyone. Even the telepath Psylocke could not defend herself against it. But for Wolverine, whose essential being is grounded in the data provided by his physical senses, infinitely, incalculably worse. Can you imagine, dear Jubilee, what sublime, transcendent horror must have torn from him such a scream? A pity both he and Psylocke are invisible to our monitor systems, else they would have told us. Instead, we must depend on Wolverine's former friend.
You're a real slime, you know that?
And you, child, are impertinent, but not for long.
So that was a pretty good explanation. Claremont is always good for that.
Yes.
Here's everything you need to know. Yeah.
I will say, though, and this happens a few times in the issue, or at least in this, is that occasionally with the word balloons, they do, like, on, if you think of that first panel, that first larger panel on the right, and you have to kind of follow it down. What are you doing to him? Since, you know what I mean? Like, it's not always the most intuitive, but
no.
You know.
I mean, if you're laying this page out and you're just thinking about clarity, you don't do it this way.
Right.
If you're thinking about drawing something cool, you draw it this way.
Sure.
And it's funny that he draws so well, I think, that the reader just gives him a pass.
Right.
Like, we don't mind it not being clear because we'll just keep looking at it until we figure it out, because it's so nice to look at.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. See there? The second stage has begun. First came corruption from without. Now, from within, twisting and tainting all that represents the man. Giving full vent, perhaps for the first time in Wolverine's adult life, to the beast.
I don't think anybody else could have drawn this.
Okay.
That first panel, like, how many artists working at Marvel in 1990 could pull off this idea of emerging and bursting pustules on Wolverine's skin that are spitting out like black ink?
Right.
I don't know how many people could pull this off. And this is horrific. It's
gross.
It's really, really, really great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, great, but gross.
Oh, it's so gross. And look how dirty the page actually is from the ink from the ad opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the final word balloon / whatever that is, just it's covered in lots of extra ink.
As Orin the Falconer. There's a hero for everyone. Orin.
8 Eyes featuring new dual attack mode.
Exactly. Wow. Primal clay that I, through Psylocke's telepathy, will shape and mold into the image of the hand.
And that's pretty great too.
Yeah. Pretty dark.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Why are you doing this? What do you want from us?
Consider it, dun dun dun, an act of vengeance. Don't you get it? Wolverine single-handedly decimated one of the great houses of our order. That is a debt which cannot be left unpaid. And how better than to take our deadliest foe and turn the hero to our uses as our most fearsome assassin.
Yeah, he hasn't figured out yet. You can't draw this many lines on Jubilee.
Right.
Like, she looks 40 years old.
Yeah.
In comics terms.
In comics terms, yeah.
You're crazy!
I am an artist, little girl, but no less brilliant or deadly because of it. On quite the contrary.
I beg your pardon, Lord, but Psylocke is too powerful. A sigh. The resonance she's receiving from Wolverine and broadcasting to us are beyond the capacity of even our strongest psychic dampeners.
There you go. Psychic dampener.
You can see that dude on the top. He's starting to have a
bit of an attack there. Yeah.
Yeah. Ideally, again, you kind of have that at the end. Like you kind of flip this panel around a little bit.
Right.
Where we see that when it's time to see that as opposed to before.
Mm-hmm.
But the motion of Jubilee being picked up by her throat is moving us to the next panel nicely. Yeah, I don't like this guy.
No, he's not nice.
Some of our more susceptible personnel are bound to be affected.
Kill, 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 kill.
Now, ain't that a crying shame? Far be it for me, you know, to spoil the fun or let such a golden opportunity go to waste. Damn.
Zap.
What's the matter, dudes? Like you Kiki Kinko killers never seen a real live, good old-fashioned all-American mutant fireworks display? This is a strange rendering choice to have her skin all in black.
Yeah.
And then have her jacket and boots and shorts and glasses, like all in their colors.
Uh-huh.
Maybe just for some interest on his part, but it's a weird choice. My lucky day. The explosions are shorting out the consoles. And then, like, this panel is awesome. Now, this like he owns
it forward. Yeah.
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 And Glynis is doing some good color.
Yeah.
You know, it's neat. But I think he might have, if you were to like take a count of how many times he has a character leaping forward in solo poses, he might just do this the best, like better than everybody.
Yeah.
We're coming up on a Captain America in about 10 issues, or exactly 10 issues. That is, at the time, I thought was the best drawing I'd ever seen.
Right.
He seems to just really, really be great at this one thing. For sure.
This you know, leaping. This is Batman, right? We've seen this with Jim Lee, and you know.
Yeah.
It is definitely one of his strengths.
You know, like for an ancient guild's master assassin, you lumps ain't so tough. Had a harder time against the Hollywood Mall rent-a-cops. Mondo dumps. Pardon me, sport. Gotta pull a sharp right.
Huh?
Safe. Jeez. I love these Death Star floors. Ultra gleam polish makes them so slippery. So darn slippery. I make it outside. Don't see why not. Contact Wolvie's war buddy, Rose Wu. Hope she'll be able to help.
Get her, you cretins.
Zappa-dappa-doo.
Zappa-dabba-doo.
Is that coming out of her butt?
Yep, that's what butts say.
Okay. Hate to boom and boot?
Yeah.
That like
that's also what butts say.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Boom and boot, the old boom and boot.
Yeah, my boot's got a boom.
Do you remember that time that we ate at the House of Schnitzel or House of Rumor on our way to Montreal, and then all the boom and boots?
All right, I'm still working through that schnitzel. I can't wait to have another one. It was so good.
I was thinking about it today.
Yeah, I want to get into the Montreal Comic Art Festival just so we can.
I'm in full agreement with you.
Yeah,
that's good. Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We should also think about if we happen to be carpooling with anyone else, like who's the last person we want to bring there and who's the first person we want to bring there.
Right, for some boom and boots.
Okay. Hate to boom and boot, fellas, but a smart gal always knows when the time's come to beat feet.
Also, I trust to realize when she's hopelessly outmatched.
Ugh. Like, she says the weirdest stuff.
She does. They really, I mean, I get new character trying to find the voice, but they're really trying extra hard, or Claremont's trying extra hard, you know, to nail this teen. And with Kitty, we had her maybe be naive and immature and kind of saying some things at times, but it feels like Jubilee, they're really kind of struggling to find something that lands. But
Yeah,
maybe it happens.
yeah. You'll notice as we see the reveal of this next guy in his incredible, would you call that herringbone?
Oh, yes, I would
What do
actually.
you think?
Yeah, I think that's herringbone.
So that's like a screen tone.
Let me check my closet upstairs.
It's a screen tone that is, again, it's basically a sheet of sticker with a pattern on it that Scott Williams is placing over the drawing, and then you taking a razor blade or X-Acto knife and very surgically cutting around so that can be placed on the area that the selected area. So he's using it on a few different spots for the Mandarin in that jacket, and it of course it has a really unique look to it. Like you can't really draw that. So this is one of those times to use these other tools, and these kinds of things were widely used in manga.
Right.
And Lee and Williams and Miller and lots of other people at the time, getting their hands on early manga, getting into the States. Seeing the impact, the influence it has in X-Men comics is really interesting.
I am the Mandarin.
Makes my day.
Why do you disturb the tranquility of my house?
Just doing what comes naturally.
You have no manners, girl?
Nope. Rock and rude, that's Jubilee. Especially with folks who torture my friends. So clear the road, Jack, before I cut loose my 4th of July.
How sad to behold a daughter of the Middle Kingdom, so sullied by the mongrel ways of the West. You are young, child. There may yet be hope for your redemption. In the meanwhile, my Mento Intensifier ring will give me dominance over your psyche and ensure your proper behavior. Pity that same cannot be said for our erstwhile servitors.
By our Jonan's command, the girl is ours.
Hey, so curious in terms of Jubilee's character or background. So is this the first instance in which the Mandarin recognized her as having Chinese descent?
I'm not sure. I don't remember if in her introduction they ever say that her name is Jubilation Lee.
I can't remember now. Okay.
And of course, the last name Lee doesn't on its own identify someone as being from China specifically, or their ancestry being from China.
No.
Especially with Jim Lee having Korean ancestry.
There you go.
So like the name, names travel.
Yeah.
Sure as you know. And, there are lots of other people with the last name Lee who are of European ancestry too.
Yeah.
All over the globe. So I think the character I think is supposed to be of Chinese descent, but
okay.
This might be the first time it's mentioned. I don't remember.
Yeah, daughter of the Middle Kingdom, right? Like that's.
Yeah, I mean that's that inference for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But it goes to show you, when the character like this is not to go deep into a talk about representation, but when one sees themselves reflected on the page, often it's of note to them.
Right.
The one, right? And so if she had been, let's say, Torontonian, I might have known exactly when, or she was a Leafs fan, go Leafs, I might have noted exactly the panel. Right, but I'm a Batman and Robin fan, so I noted when she was first dressed as Robin.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't remember.
That's hard to miss.
Yeah,
as a comics fan, that's hard to miss. All right. Ninja dogs, you dare presume to command, much less threaten, the Lord of the Sacred Rings in his own house?
The Lord of the Rings?
That's
it's
right.
Called Lord of the Sacred Rings? I do like seeing him be like a cool, badass combatant.
Yes.
And like use the rings and have cool martial arts moves.
Yeah, absolutely.
He should be able to kick Iron Man's ass.
Well, but I think it's the challenge is the rings can be gimmicky. And so, I see your power is this. Well, I have a ring to combat that particular power, right?
Well, as long as you make sure that you have all 10 rings figured out in advance.
Right.
Do you did you like the interpretation of the word ring being used the way they did in Shang-Chi? How they were like on the arm?
Oh, like the bands almost?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I thought it worked really well because they're larger and they visually are more interesting because of the way that they interpreted the use of them.
Yeah.
Like swinging around, firing, returning, right?
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I remember, watching that movie and thinking that the Mandarin looks, so unimpressive being this guy in a suit.
Right.
Like a guy in a blazer, and pants. And now I'm seeing this, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's totally it's totally that guy.
Totally that guy.
Yeah, I dig it. I wonder, it'd be kind of fun to like redraw these, but with the armbands instead of power rings,
Yeah, for sure.
10 bands in all, one for each finger, each with different power, capable in the Mandarin's hands of wreaking unimaginable havoc, hardly less so than the man himself, with a martial arts prowess that is second to none. Come on, you can kick Iron Man's ass.
Natsuo Sorayaba. Is this Master of Assassins how the hand honors its pledge of fealty and service? 1,000 pardons, noble lord. These overzealous fools exceeded my orders to recapture the girl. They have paid the price. I do not gladly suffer assaults upon my person. It was an error. It will not happen again. Nor tolerate the fool responsible for them. Dread Lord and Master, I most humbly stand redeemed.
It says rebuked.
Rebuked.
Don't you know how to read?
No. Can't you read?
So, for those who don't know, Chris does not have a copy of the comic in hand. He only has what's being shown on screen. And,
which is little.
And hard to read sometimes.
Hard to read sometimes, especially when it trails off in a quiet whisper of a word balloon.
Yeah, I thought you do a great job.
No, thank you.
And then, look at this.
Look at this.
We get a couple pages back to the soap opera about Uriel. So last issue we got the same thing. We got I think 2 pages of the Muriel team figuring out what they're going to do.
That's right.
And I mean, we're getting Banshee in full flight here. This is crazy.
Yeah, in a new. I mean, he did put a version of that suit on. Is this the same one? I think
I'm taking a look now.
I think he was wearing his green. His green
last issue. He was actually wearing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think he didn't have the pieces under his arms.
Yeah.
No, he was wearing. Sorry, he was wearing his green suit last issue.
Green, right?
And Forge was just wearing like coveralls and cargos or more military, paramilitary gear.
Yeah.
Lorna has been wearing that X suit the whole time. But yeah, this is the first appearance of Banshee with the hybrid suit, where it's not just an X-Men, tactical armor kind of thing, which he did wear a few issues back for protection, bulletproof and whatnot. But he didn't have the. What do we even call these things?
It's not a cape.
Not wings. It's not a cape. It's
an exterior vent. I don't know.
I don't know. He has the piece of fabric under each arm that is signature to the Banshee costume.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time Jim Lee's ever drawing that, in a printed comic. And fuck, man, so good.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the bands around, like the straps on his wrists.
Yep.
And the straps on the thighs. Like we're getting close to that now iconic look that Jim Lee put together for the X-Men in about 18 issues or so.
Mm-hmm.
They're building a little thing here, which is really cool. Ali says Jubilee pose on an earlier page, the Wolvie color, Banshee here. I feel like these are the basis of promotional items and trading cards. Iconic images. Yeah, Jim is he's on another planet when it comes to being able to knock out something that can be used on a t-shirt, on a regular basis. Yeah.
And do you think, or do you figure maybe perhaps that is also intentional? Like he has a mind for opportunistic merchandise of Image, right? Like not, and I don't mean in like in a kind of shallow way, but I mean,
I know.
but I think opportunistic, like, hey, this could be something else. What, you know what I mean?
I wonder
Yeah.
about that. I don't have the insight there, but he obviously does have a mind for business.
Yes.
In that, he does take on publisher roles at times. We've got a couple people talking about what we should call these things under his arms: awning arms or glider wings. Yeah, sure. All these are all good. I wonder when he figures out that his pages will sell more if he puts these images on it. Right. I know visually where the inspiration can come from. Certain pages from Kirby, but like Miller really does this a few times, which we talked about, I think, 2 episodes ago. But I wonder how quickly he sees it in his own work, where like when he puts a great looking image on a page that people are reacting, they want to own that particular thing, and he can charge not 300 anymore, but 1,300, and he can go to San Diego and come back with more money than he's ever seen before. That secondary income, which quickly becomes almost the primary income, and becomes a staple of Image moving forward. And these things do end up on things like trading cards and video game boxes and T-shirts and more merchandise, without, of course, Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane and the other guys that are involved in this, without them being compensated. It does expand their reach, like their fan base, but they were not compensated for the use of their drawing, although that is the deal, right? When they do agree to deliver art to Marvel, they are creating something that Marvel now owns, can do with whatever they please.
Right.
And it's not like it's they were getting screwed. It's that the deal that they agreed to just wasn't as beneficial for them in that moment as maybe is ethically fair, but nothing illegal was actually transpired,
Yeah.
I think these are just gorgeous. Anyway, here we go. And the blue being used consistently here is darker. There's lots of red in that, kind of make it almost purple. It does lighten up eventually as it becomes like the de facto look for the color scheme of one being like a bright, full cyan, and the other one being that bold yellow. Muir Isle. Banshee comes in as fast as he's able. Sonic scream pitched so high it can't be heard as he skims sea and shore at barely the height of a tall man. What kind of tall man? It proves a wasted effort.
It's a leprechaun joke, I think, is what it is. White noise generators. Damping out me scream. Knocking me out of the sky. Stay loose and limber, Cassidy. So you're up and moving, even as you hit. Flippin' blazes. Tangle webs. Gagged me first. So I can't use me sonics. This is very embarrassing. Can't see why, sport. A dozen assaults on the island in the past 24 hours. a dozen failures. Dr. McTaggart, your island's about as secure as my state-of-the-art technology will allow.
You've done your work well, Forge. I'm grateful. Something wrong, Sean? You don't look at all comfortable.
You can't win them all, pal. It's not that. It's these new uniforms.
Aren't they wonderful? I just love them.
Call me an old fogey, Sharon. They don't feel quite dignified. Gotta move the times, Sean. Cutting edge threads for the cutting edge team. Oh, I don't know, Forge. Something feels wrong. Everyone seems affected. Moira most of all. Save me and Lorna Dane. And Lorna's nowhere to be found.
Before we move any further, this is the first panel where we see Forge's boots.
Right.
And the other panels, they're colored incorrectly.
That's right.
And this is now the first appearance of Forge's iconic and still to this day, the uniform that he wears.
Key issue.
It is a key issue. The reveal of Forge's boots.
The boot reveal.
I mean, this is kind of neat. Like, Jim is the one who creates a look to Forge that everyone, including X-Men 97 and the action figures that have been made of Forge, like the two that they've made in recent years, they're all this version.
This is it, right?
Michael says, is anyone else getting Arthur Adams vibes from those top two panels? 100% yes. I get Arthur Adams vibes from Jim Lee regularly. Like they are aiming, they're coming from a similar place, aiming for a similar result, and kind of go about it a little bit in different ways. But they are definitely cut from the same cloth. Yeah, very, very cool. What else did I want to mention? It might be it. Mutant X, extremely dangerous, access forbidden.
Let me out.
Wait, are you Legion?
I don't remember.
And are you Polaris?
I think so.
Okay. No can do, sweets.
Legion. Why am I a prisoner?
Simple. Thanks to you, that is me, the bad boy Jack Wayne, identity of Legion's multiple personalities. Got control of all the kids' selves and powers, and through them, influence over every mind on this rock. Gonna have me some fun, hun. And there ain't a blessed thing you can do to stop me.
We'll see about that, punk.
Face facts, babe. Fight's over. You lost. End of story. I don't get it.
No, neither do
All
I.
right, so Legion appears to her, but he appears electronically because
he's like buzzing, like even the word bubble suggests that.
Yeah, the connotation of that word balloon tail
electric
is electric. So it's a signal that's being sent. And he has a bad boy Jack Wayne identity, is one of Legion's many multiple personalities.
That's the bad boy one.
Yeah, bad boy Jack Wayne.
Yeah.
You can't just say bad boy. You have to say bad boy Jack Wayne.
Jack Wayne.
Okay, I have more questions. Can you remind me, what is Nightcrawler's girlfriend, the sorceress?
Amanda Sefton.
Amanda Sefton. Good, okay, cool.
Yes.
So now the whole thing that's been going weird, it's like it's Legion who's making everyone crazy, but also energy coming off Polaris.
Right.
But it's Legion?
But it's Legion.
So it's not Polaris?
No. I think it's Legion.
Okay. So then why did it hurt everyone on the boat? Because it's Polaris.
That's Polaris.
Okay.
They don't remember someone was making everyone go angry and screwy.
And rapey. I'm sorry to say.
That too.
Don't get us canceled. Okay. We can keep going here, and it's about to get a little weird.
Okay, here we go. I mean, we're already in weird territory too.
We are. Hong Kong, the Mandarin's villa. Master. By the way, this is translated from Chinese.
Okay, sure.
The young lady is presented for your approval. I don't like this.
Splendid, Li Fong. As ever faithful one, you have surpassed my expectations. You're much improved, young Jubilation, in appearance and demeanor since last we met.
Oh, please.
Oh, jeez.
Don't make me say it.
They don't say it.
I don't speak Chinese, only American. I'm rewriting that for you,
Yes.
everybody.
Spirit is admirable, child, to a point. You are Chinese, with a heritage as noble as it is ancient. And it is the Mandarin's charge to ensure you remain true to it. You and those of your mutant breed shall form the vanguard of my army, which will restore the Middle Kingdom to its rightful glory as preeminent among the world's great powers.
Oh, yeah? Meanwhile, back down in the catacombs.
All systems register nominal function. For all that brat's flash, she didn't do much damage.
Well, thank heaven for small favors.
What about Psylocke and Wolverine? How do they fare?
Okay, here we go. Hi, lover. Long time no see. Or could you possibly have forgotten what we meant to each other? Jean Grey, Naruko Ishida, Yukio, all the women Wolverines truly loved, wrapped up in a single perfect package. Embrace me, my heart. Take what's yours by right, what you've always wanted.
Don't mind if I do.
Oof.
Oof.
No more games, darling. No more masks.
Like, why spell masks like that?
Yeah, great
Oh,
question.
It's okay.
That's more like a name of a character, like a Morlock.
Yes.
If you got the guts, face me as yourself.
With
With-
pleasure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure who's,
Yeah, it's all right.
Seduction was what one. Buzz what one. Seduction was but one pathway to your soul. By far the better is conquest. She gives him a good whooping knee to the groin.
Sure does.
Like this is not easy to draw. Like I think one of the best fight choreographer artists before was Miller, and we always keep, we've been talking over and over about how inspired by Frank Miller Jim Lee is, and Miller's fight scenes seemed choreographed, across the page better than the guys who come before, where it was just Kirby, where everyone's just punching and it's just back and forth and even punching the same panel. Lee is really going like move to move, and they look like they have meaning and weight and like some serious power behind each move. That arm for Wolverine here in this panel, the Conquest panel, the Wumph one, that arm is massive, but it all reads beautifully. In its way, my psychic knife, the ultimate focus of my psi powers, is as deadly a weapon as your claws. With it, I will make you forever mine.
Blessed ancestors, she's in agony. Get a medical squad up to her at once.
Too late, Bob.
What did you do to me?
Poor darling. Nicholas, she doesn't look at all well.
You're Nicholas too.
Yeah. So let's make her worse.
He's conscious.
Hi there, I'm Carol Danvers. He's Nick Fury. We're sort of figments of Woolie's imagination.
Liar! I could see you, hear you, hit you. That makes you real.
only to Wolverine, and he's nuts. But then, since your knife locked you into his psychosis, so are you.
Who's she fighting? No one else is there. Summon Lord Matsuo.
He's returned to his island.
So we see, from the point of view of the technicians, Psylocke is on top of that catwalk, kicking nobody.
Right.
Chris, do you have any issue with her fighting Carol Danvers and Nick Fury?
I mean, I don't quite understand. Is it to suggest that because she's in his head, she can now see? But then she's
experienced them, yes.
She can experience them, but now she's in physical contact with them.
Well,
or her mind is playing tricks, or whatever it is. She feels
the mind tells the body things, right?
Right.
So yeah,
it's a bit. I mean, I don't know so much, but hey, what do I know?
Not very much.
Not very much. So that much.
So your kids say.
That's right.
Get him back. We need sense deprivation tank. Using it in Betsy's telepathy to try to brainwash me.
Soba's down. He's slashing at the tank.
That isn't very hospitable. Downright nasty, a matter of fact.
Sound the alarm. Get into your posts. The prisoner is escaping. Any objections, Shorty, to my shortening the odds?
Free country. Be my guest. By the way, it's not a free country.
No. Madness. There's no gunfire, but the Jedin fall as though shot. Okay, so now what's going on here?
Well, what do you think?
Is it that the psychic landscape is so powerful? I don't know. It's now manifesting in the physical.
By the way, try to read what's on the right-hand side of the page.
I will not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blame it on Canadians. This is Comic World number 374, Donald Street, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. So it's just a list of all the stuff that they have.
Wow.
And it is insane to try and read that.
Wow.
Oh, Canadians.
Yeah.
You've had your fun, Nikki. Now it's my turn. No, the prey is mine. And so too the honor of the kill. Works for me, darling. It's interesting, like the flow of these panels being all small sometimes. Like he's having to cram quite a bit of story in with just close-ups on faces.
Yeah.
We're just supposed to assume.
Mm-hmm.
So who is she killing? I guess we're not getting her killing those ninjas that are standing around Wolverine.
No. They were killed by the invisible bullets.
Or are we supposed to see? Well, no, they're holding swords up to Wolvie.
Oh yeah, those guys are.
But we're supposed to also maybe think that they're fighting, right?
Right.
That she's coming after Wolvie.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies, Lord Mandarin, for this unseemly intrusion.
Is there some problem, Psylocke?
Not any longer. Wolverine attempted an escape. I regret he will be of no further use, either to you or the Hand.
Such is the will of the gods, and not entirely unexpected. Dispose of the remains, if you please.
No. 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 Whoa. Right, like she's unleashing her Phoenix Force.
That's right.
Her inner lightning, her, like with all of the young women that Claremont writes, they all have some unlocked potential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh? A lot of booms there. What?
Holy moly! Where'd that come from? And Do I ever want to do it again? Mondo dumps. Not quite the opening we had planned. Huh? But them, as they say, is the breaks.
I yell once more beneath my roof. I confront the basest of betrayals.
Matter of opinion, chum. I guess she's talking like Wolverine?
Right.
I consider it more a thankful reversion to true type.
Which means, I assume, the hand's vaunted conditioning has failed, and Psylocke is once more X-Man and hero. Cold comfort, my dear, once my flame blast has reduced you to ashes.
Can't fry what you can't hit. By the way, how many ass shots do we get of this lady?
I think that's all it is. Truthfully.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah. I have 10 rings, woman. You cannot evade them all. Impact beam.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Evasion isn't necessary. Only survival. All right. Mondo dumps.
What a weird. All right, get him, Psylocke.
Yeah.
You're in for trouble now.
It isn't the weapon that matters, Mandarin, but the one who wields it.
You presume to consider yourself a match for me? Your psychic knife is deadly. Mentat? Mentat?
Yeah, I think it's what they call their telepaths and mental people.
Right.
Mentats.
Only if it physically strikes its victim.
So this throw should be the other direction.
Yes, it should.
We should read, toward the right. Did you switch sides or what? Came to my senses, actually.
Let that, then, be your epitaph. You both have courage. I respect that. Therefore your deaths shall be quick and without pain. I truly regret the sacrifice of jubilation. But such is fate. My arm, it will not move.
Whoa. You forget, Mandarin. I have worn your rings, touched your mind.
And would pit your will against mine? You are a magnificent woman, a worthy foe, but doomed.
Like Lee draws, gorgeous woman face under duress with conviction, like better than anyone. He draws that so well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Get away, Jubilee. Take Wolverine with you while you have the chance. But move, girl. I'll hold him as long as I'm able.
That moment, Psylocke, has passed. Your life is done.
Tell me, bub, you ever dance with the devil in the night?
What does that mean?
It means it's 1990 and it's been like 4 months since the Batman movie came out in June.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Beats me. How about you feel lucky?
You were shamming, Wolverine, feigning defeat.
That's a fact.
Even if you slay me with your third claw.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted.
With my dying thought, I'll command my ring to disintegrate your friend, McGarnagle.
Then she'll be dead, but so will you. Fair exchange.
No! More blood need be shed, provided we can arrive at
an accommodation.
Between men of honor, why not?
Why not, indeed? Question is, Do we qualify?
Like, I don't think Wolverine says, "Why not?" Indeed, that doesn't sound like him to me.
It does not sound like it. No.
Yeah. So they're at a stalemate. Wolverine's got claws on either side of Mandarin's chin and neck. The third claw coming up the middle, if need be. And it ends at a stalemate in terms of their confrontation.
Yep.
Okay. And so, after tying up all appropriate loose ends between panels, so, like, let me get this straight, okay, Mondo Dumps? When Betsy zapped into your head, that somehow, like, miraculously sorted out all the nutso stuff in hers and shocked her back to normal?
Yep. Be real. It worked. You gonna argue with success?
Could be a trick.
Trust me, I know.
Give me a break. She's a telepath. She could be playing with your head, Mondo Dumps.
Tried that once. Learned her lesson.
Stubborn, brick-brained macho poop. I don't care what you say. I'll never trust her. Do you see how many lines are on her face here? None.
Yes.
And yeah, that's a weird angle to draw, but at least
It
she doesn't
is.
40. You look terrible. Oh, sorry. You took a terrible gamble, Logan. Letting me into your head.
Not hardly, darling. Same sort of calculated risk as when I faced down the Mandarin. A man like that has too much pride and arrogance. He's too convinced he's God's gift to throw his life away. That was my edge. With you, well, reading minds is a long way from being able to cope with what you find. And I'm really a very complicated kind of guy.
Do tell.
The brakes are off, Bets. All my inner ghosts and demons are running free. I doubt even Charlie, old Professor Xavier himself, best skull scanner of the breed, could handle that mess. Figured it'd either knock you for a major loop or put things right. Whichever worked for me.
I was sucked so deeply into your madness. I believed the phantoms of your memory were real.
Who's to say they're not?
When they struck me, I felt pain. When they fired, my mind struck down those I thought had been hit, just to keep the hallucination consistent.
Okay.
I too became mad. Perhaps I still am. I should not be here. Got that straight, Wonder Dubs?
Where else? Where better?
It's my doing the X-Men were cast through the Siege Perilous.
But here's your chance to make amends. Betsy, we're a team. While we live, Xavier's dream lives. It's that simple. That important.
Suppose I'm not truly free. Suppose part of me still owes allegiance to the Hand. Wolverine, I'm not sure I can trust myself. How can you?
I got no choice.
Next, dream a little dream.
Wow.
Whoa! Christopher.
Yeah.
Dude, that was an issue. What'd you think, man?
I mean, it was hard to follow at times. But and now, I mean, I like the idea of maybe there being some reconciliation with Betsy and like the Siege Perilous, and like maybe have to go back in or do something to get the team back together in some way. Like everyone else. I like that as the next step forward.
Refocus. Oh, we got a dream. We have tension between us.
Yeah.
We got this kid.
Yeah.
We're on a boat. you know, where are we going? Don't know.
Don't know. I mean, definitely, you know that Banshee and Forge are might they have also talked about going on an adventure to find the X-Men after they have solidified Muir Isle, but Legion's there. So like, where are we going next? You know?
Yeah, I think the only piece I'm missing right now is the thing that's chasing them.
Right.
So Wolverine, Psylocke, Jubilee, gonna go find the X-Men or whatever. They have their tension. Wolverine's a little crazy. You know, that's all good. Okay, fine. Even though I don't like the manifestation. His demons haven't come out, just those two shield agents.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got, like you said, the team in those uniforms are going to go on a hunt as well. I like the globe trotting, trying to find these X-Men as they reappear, if they reappear through the Siege Perilous. I'm into that. There has to be someone hunting them too. Like, if I can get to them first, I can control them, or whatever it is, or it's separated, they're vulnerable, I can kill them finally.
Right.
Whatever. I'm hoping like that's the thing that comes on.
Yeah.
So without going ahead, I'm looking to see if my issues are right here. They are not. I don't remember what's next. I dream a little dream. I have a hunch the next issue is called 259.
Oh, I can share it.
I think the next issue is the one that is about Dazzler's stalker.
Oh wow!
Am I right?
Expecting that?
Yeah, it's like an odd choice because it feels like we're about to sort of take off in a Jim Lee world, and we get a Jim Lee cover.
No, we get a Mark Silvestri cover.
Oh, is it?
259, and it's. Do you want me to share it?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Show everybody. Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, is it the one? Oh, I was.
Colossus is actually in the.
What?
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
I know the one now.
Yeah, let me just. Let me go.
You're like a tech wizard.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Right there, in that pile of papers.
There it is.
Boom. Yeah.
Colossus unleashed against the Genosians.
We're back to Genosians. I love the way Silvestri draws these guys.
Yeah.
They have a certain he has poses and they're like lanky and
is that meant
gear is great.
The Daz and then behind Daz Jugs, like Daz and Jugs, Juggernaut. No, just is that meant to be Dazzler?
What? I don't know. I do know, but I'm not gonna say.
Okay, there you go.
Neat seeing Colossus again. I missed that guy.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah, that is the next issue. I'm taking this off the page. Okay.
There you go.
Boom. So that's cool, and that will be in 2 weeks.
In 2 Mondo dumps.
Let me just make sure. Let me just look at my calendar here.
Sure.
Hey, do you know if anyone has ever made it so that their dog's face is the facial recognition for their phone?
I think so.
Is that what people do?
I think that's the only logical thing to do.
Okay, so next week, as I told you,
yes,
got an important hockey game.
Sure.
The week after, which is the 27th, I got a hockey game at 6:15. That's early for us. I'm sorry I'm doing this live. In what part of the world are we in? Oh, in Richmond Hill. 6:15 to 7:15. I should be back. That should be fine. 27th is fine. We don't usually do that. So that's good. That's
okay.
Good. So on the 27th, we'll do that issue. But next week.
Yes. Oh.
The Wolverine, the Jungle Adventure.
The Jungle Adventure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So this comes out at this time. It is a Wolverine Prestige one shot, like double in length kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And features writing from Walt Simonson, who I'm a big fan of as an artist. And this is a pretty pulpy adventure. Art by singular Mike Mignola with inks by Bob Wyacek. I love me some Mignola. And look at that crazy Frank Frazetta again, characters on a peak. Like this is gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to doing this one next week. This episode will come out next Tuesday night.
Right on.
Yeah. And yeah, Nilo says, amazing. I should read that.
Oh, 100% you should.
I'm going to read it for you. So it'll be here.
Yeah.
And that'll be next week's focus. So that'll be cool. And the week after, we'll get back to issue 259 of the Uncanny X-Men.
And the Genosians.
Some serious Genosians will be there. Yeah, that'll be good. Anything else you want to talk about, Chris?
You mentioned already our appearance is coming up, so just again, we'll be at the Action Figure Comic Con in Toronto on January 31st. With
as
action
will Ricky.
figures.
Ricky Ray will be there. See you then, Rick.
And comics, but also action figures, but also comics. And then Toronto Comic Con coming in March. So those are the first two 2026 calendar. More to be announced. And then I just want to shout out some folks for subscribing to the channel. We are now up to, I think, 1,331 maybe. It's going up. It's great. Thanks so much. So I want to say shout outs to Big Zig 2000, Corey Destructor, Michael Salcedo, Neil's Reviews and Figures, Dick, Dustin Kinney Art 2020, Man of Steel Magnolias, I like that, Anthony Art, Jordan Fallow, Marcio Machado, Y.S. Balat, Bergermont, Skate Grant 8, Cassandra B, Daydreams and Nightmares, and Jacob DeCourcy. Thank you for subscribing to the channel.
And it's now 1337.
1337. What?
Yeah, it went up.
Jeez.
Every day, dude. Every day.
It does. Thanks, everybody. By the way, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good times. It's really appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that. It's making us feel like we're on the right track, and we really do enjoy sharing this stuff with you. So we're glad that someone's out there who is appreciating it. And that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you, of course, to my good buddy, writer of Group of Seven, A Secret Tale, and Peregrines, Fights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, Chris Sanigan. There you go. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Jason.
You're most welcome. You can find out more about our comics' upcoming appearances at group-of-7comics.ca and follow us at Group of Seven Comics on social media. Please click like and subscribe and share with us your take on Uncanny X-Men 258, or actually any issue, any X-Men comics, in the comment section below. Go dig out your old back issues, trade paperbacks, essentials, omnibuses, DVD-ROMs, bootlegs, or hop on an app and read along with us next week on Previously in X-Men. Thank you, bubs. Stay Xy. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Be well.